Yes. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? The statement of the day, or the quote of the day, is if you don't have filters, you don't have a strategy. Day trading addict. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that you can't just randomly pick a pattern. Let's say it's a flag pattern. The reason why a lot of people say, oh, this doesn't work or that doesn't work is because they pick a pattern. When they are trading it or when they backtest that pattern, they are not including, or they don't have filters to make that pattern work. So that's why a lot of people say this doesn't work, that doesn't work, is because they are taking every single flag pattern or every single pin bar or every single whatever pattern it is. You have to have filters, and those filters will help you understand the best time to take that pattern. So I'm going to show you guys some examples of what I mean, and also I'm going to show you guys a live trade example of a trade that I took recently. Now, before I go to the charts, right, when I first started out, I plotted a 20 moving average on my chart, right, and I said, all right, every time it goes above that 20 moving average, I'm going to buy, right? If it pulls back to that 20 moving average, maybe show me a pin bar or whatever candlestick, I'm going to buy. And guess what? You know, it didn't work out. The reason why is because I didn't attach filters to that strategy. Let me show you a good example. So right here, right, I have a moving average on my chart. So let's say, you know, the market is trending up, is above that moving average, right? And I say, all right, man, I want to buy right here because I see a nice rejection off this moving average, okay? And I buy, and guess what? I get stopped out. And the reason why is because I didn't attach any filters, okay? So one filter you can attach is, what do we see to the left? We have resistance. Why do I want to buy right at resistance? So that could be one of your filters that you attach to your system. And this is why a lot of people struggle with, you know, a strategy, because they think a strategy is black and white. They think you just, you know, automatically just slap on an indicator and then, you know, make money. No, you have to have filters. Every professional trader has filters. So let me show you guys the live trade that I took, and let me show you guys, you know, the simple filter that I used. Okay, so here's the trade right here, guys. We are at demand and a support level, and basically I'm looking for the market to continue to go up. We have a rejection right here, but I didn't get into that rejection, okay? But notice that we have another rejection, and that's the reason why I got in, okay? A lot of times when the market pulls back to a key level, I don't want to be the first buyer. You know, not all the time, but sometimes if I'm not too sure, I want to see a little bit more confirmation. So the filter I'm using right now is I want to see the market reject that area multiple times. So when I saw it reject that area, then you see me getting in, and I'm in the market right now. Now you look to the left, you see I'm down $171. That's because when I got in, I realized I got in a little bit too much. And when it was pulling back, I just got rid of a couple of contracts. But right here, I'm looking for, you know, the market to go up and go my way. We also have a nice trend line break. So let me fast forward this and show you guys what happened next. All right, so right here, guys, you can see that I'm actually about to get my profits. I got my profits. If you look to the left, I'm up $2,041, okay? So that trade right here, guys, you know, it was actually, let me go to the chart to show you guys a little bit more. Okay, so here's the chart. Here's that trade, all right? So overall, if you look at the market is bullish, okay? The market is bullish, right? And it's pulled back to a key support level right here. And then also, if we zoom in real quick, we have a demand level right here, okay? Again, I really wanted more confirmation with this. So I, you know, wait for the market to, you know, give me a couple rejections before I took that trade. So that was the filter that I used, you know, with that trade. And again, you should have filters with your strategy. Your strategy shouldn't be black and white. You shouldn't say, okay, you know, every time it crossed the moving average, I'm going to buy. No, you should have filters in place. So let me show you guys some more examples of filters. All right, so this chart right here, guys, okay? This is where the market opened right here. Now, can you take this buy right here? You could if you want to. But at the same time, we are at resistance. So do you really want to take that buy? Okay, so that could be, okay, a filter right there where I say, okay, if we are at resistance, I'm not taking any buys. Now, it pulls back, and notice that we have support around this area, okay? So it pulls back to support. Now, if I'm a seller right here, and I know that we have support, one thing I can do is if it goes to that support while I'm in that sell, and it comes back to my entry, I can get out for break even. So that could be another filter. With trading, guys, you know, there are a lot of nuances, a lot of variables, and you can have, you know, a lot of filters. You don't want to go too crazy, okay? But I'm just trying to give you guys different scenarios that you can, you know, add or just to help you understand what I mean when I say filters. So right here, a couple things we can do with this, right? We can say, all right, we only want to have one bias, meaning that we only want to sell the market, right? So I don't care. Let's say we don't care if it's support right here. We don't, it doesn't matter. We're going to sell, and that could be a good thing, right? Sometimes, it might bounce from support and stop you out. So whatever, helps you or make you more comfortable. Now, you can say, all right, I'm only have one bias. Or you can say, you know what? I'm going to have, a bullish bias and a bearish bias. So you can do a quick sell right here. Boom. And then once it goes to support level, you can buy for a quick scalp. And, you can do it that way. Or you can say, you know what, man, I don't like this market. It's too choppy right now. I'm going to wait for it to break out, right? And that could be another filter. So you can apply so many filters to a trade. So one filter could be, you know what? I don't really like this market. I'm not going to trade at all. And then you can say, you know what? I'm not going to trade until the market breaks out of this little range, whatever. And guess what? It broke out of the range. So that could be your filter. You say, all right, we broke out of the range. Now let's look for trades. So that can be, something that you apply to your strategy, but you have to have filters, because you can't say, well, if it goes to, this moving average every time I'm going to buy. That's too simple, and you're going to just lose money like that. So let me show you guys another example. All right. So another example is, let's say that you're looking for demand or supply levels. Okay. And, some people will have filters where they say, okay, I want my demand level to be clean. Okay. I want it to have a gap. I don't want no pullbacks to it. So right here, we have a demand level. Okay. And notice how the market shot up and didn't pull back at all to this demand level. And then the first pullback is right here. Usually, sometimes the market will create some type of wick. Okay. And will bounce off the market or off the demand level, and then will continue to go back up. Well, some people don't want that at all. They want a quick move off that demand level, and they don't want nothing to touch that demand level at all. They want a gap. So that could be one of your filters. Do you say, you know what? I'm only going to take demand levels that have this gap. Okay. Now, let me show you guys a quick example of what I mean when it touched the level. Now, right here, okay, this is a good example of when the market basically pulls back to a supply or demand level. Okay. So right here, we have a sharp, aggressive move right here, right? So you can say that that's supply, right? Now, notice how before we even, went down, notice how this candle pulled back to this move right here, where the candle pretty much started the whole move, right? A lot of people don't want that. A lot of people don't want this pullback to the move, even though we did have an aggressive move. But notice how this candle pulled back to that, pretty much the candle that started the move. Most people don't want that. They want a clean move. They don't want no pullback at all. So a lot of people won't take this supply trade because it pulled back. So again, that could be one of your filters. Okay, I want a clean supply. I don't want no pullbacks at all. Me personally, I don't care. As long as I get a good reaction. So right here, all right, we have the market pulling back to this supply level. And if I have, good reactions around that supply level, I don't care if it's, if a candle pull back to that supply level or not. But I'm just showing you guys different examples of how you can actually apply filters to your trading, where you can say, you know what, based on my back testing or based on, just me being comfortable, I'd rather, only trade supply and demand zones that have gaps, attached to them. And guess what? If that works for you, it works for you. Okay. So let me show you guys another example of a filter. Okay, so this is the 1 hour chart, guys. So this is gold, right? And basically, let's say that you're looking for a higher time frame supply and demand, right? And we are at the 1 hour chart, and we're looking for the market to create, a demand level, and then we're looking for the market to pull back to that demand level. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to go to the 5-minute chart. Now, a lot of people will say, okay, when it gets to the 5-minute chart, let me go to the 5-minute chart right now. Okay, when it gets to that 5-minute chart, I don't want to buy right away. I want to wait until the market creates another demand level on the 5-minute chart. Now, when we drop down to the 5-minute, we actually want the 5-minute to create another demand. Okay, so that's a filter. Okay, it's not like you're just taking that trade right at that demand level just because we have a 1 hour demand level. No, you actually want to see more buying on the 5-minute chart. So right here, this is a good example where we see the market, okay, creating a demand level, even though it never pulled back to this demand level right here. But this is what we want to see before we even take that trade on a 5-minute chart, okay? So again, this could be another filter that you use with your trade. And I'm just showing you guys different examples of filters so you can understand what I mean by creating filters, because you just don't want to create a strategy and just just blindly buy just because you see buyers in the market. So right here is a good example of I'm waiting for buyers to come in on the 5-minute chart, and hopefully it will pull back to the demand level and give me a trade. Even though it didn't pull back to this demand level, this is a good example of having a filter and waiting for that right condition before you take that trade. Now another filter you can use, and this is where if you're trading the stock market, a lot of people will only trade stocks that has news, okay? So if you only want to trade stocks that have news, because once the news comes out, a lot of times if it's, even if it's good or bad, it can push up the stock really quick, okay? So you get those quick moves, those quick scalps, and then, you can capitalize on that. You don't want to trade, a stock that's not moving at all, or that's having, suspect movement, like it's ranging or it's tight, consolidation, whatever the case is. The news will actually make the stock, right, pump up or move quickly, so you can actually capitalize on that. So that could be another filter that you use. You know what? I'm only going to trade stocks that has news attached to them, because I know that once that news comes out, boom, I'm going to buy. So having filters when you are trading is one of the best things you can do. And when you do that, you are definitely setting yourself up for success. And you are trading like a professional, because professionals always have filters, okay? They don't just blindly buy something just because it's going up or just because it's going down. They want things to line up, and they want a certain condition before they hit that buy button or before they hit that sell button. So I know for a fact, if you start using filters for your trading, guys, you would definitely be a much better trader, because you're waiting for those high quality setups. You're being very patient, and you just, not just randomly taking any trade. Now, another example of a filter is not taking trades that are late in the trend. A lot of times, if the market is just shooting up and didn't really give me a decent pullback, and I know that I'm late in the trend, I would probably skip that day or just look at another market, okay? So being late to the trend or not taking trades when you are too late in the trend, that could be another filter you can add so the market won't reverse on you. So that's a good example of adding a filter, guys. So I hope you guys are starting to understand why filters are very important when it comes to trading. I know a lot of people don't talk about this. A lot of people just think that, you could just watch one video and boom, trade that strategy, or plot an indicator and then boom, just rely on that indicator. But it doesn't work like that, guys. You have to have filters. Filters is the way to go. So if you got value out of this video, check out more videos on my channel. It would definitely help you become a better trader and also help you with your mindset. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you have any questions, guys, I like to answer your guys' questions, so you know what to do below. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day.